Okay, now this is going to be a little bit different, and please don't think that for 1 second I always carry perfume with me, but I've got this beautiful scent, certainly not animal tested. Now, I'm in with the Akutis, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this perfume around, and I want you to check out the way that they actually grab handfuls of it and scent their tail. They actually love the smell of it, and they love to put it on their tail so they can cruise around and just smell beautiful. Watch this. Look at this, watch this. No, I haven't got it, I tell you what I can do. No, I can get some more, it's okay. Now, coatis are omnivores. They'll eat virtually anything. Fruits, vegetables, leaves, insects, meat, anything, absolutely anything. And you can see that really long, narrow snout. Sorry, they bite too, so I just got to be a bit careful. Beautiful animals, drop dead gorgeous, still relatively common here in Belize. Aren't animals just fascinating? Crikey, I don't know why they do that, but they sure love it. Very important to carry perfume with you in the scrub.
These birds need our help. Scarlet macaws, and they are critically endangered here in Belize.
Have a look at these scarlet macaws. The most brilliantly coloured bird I've ever seen. And we're going fair smack dab into their territory. The only breeding ground of scarlet macaws in Belize is right where we're going. They're pretty well habitat specific. The unfortunate thing is, there's only 200 or less than 200 left in this country.
With so few left, and now their breeding grounds under threat of a dam, it is possible these gorgeous birds will face an even more uncertain future.
Beautiful.
There's only one way into the isolated upper reaches of the McCall River Valley, where Steve is going.
How good is this? British military, you know, giving us the assistance to get into one of the remotest locations in the whole of Central America. Righto, here we go.
We're heading up to a part of Belize that is virtually untouched by today's humans. The only people who go there are the occasional environmental scientists and British military units on jungle training. Take a look at this. Vitally important wilderness and enormously beautiful. Steve's going on a one-way ride in by chopper and a one-way ride out by canoe. Down a free-flowing, wild river, the lifeblood of unique and endangered species of birds, reptiles, and mammals. The British military had to fly in here last week on a special mission to prepare a safe landing pad for Steve's drop-off. From here on, Steve is on his own, totally self-sufficient with an inflatable canoe, survival rations, and everything else he needs. The only way out for him now is downstream and paddling.
Hey, that's the way to travel, isn't it? Woohoo! How's that? Straight into the thickest jungle known to man. Too good.
What a location. Unpolluted, untouched, and how good is this? Being allowed to quietly go into the space of all the living creatures who depend on this hidden environmental wonderland of Belize. Steve has never had it so good. A silent observer in a totally isolated ecosystem where the animals haven't yet learned to fear people.
Right up against these banks, you can see the canopy going right down. Gets a bit of breeze, a lot of animals cruising through, both day and night. Duck, 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 duck. Duck, duck, wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 it's okay. It's Uncle Steve-o. Oh, you're gonna bite. Whoa. Come on, buddy. Hey! You are very grumpy, I see that. I see that. What a grumpy snake! Have a go at this boa constrictor. I've really upset it. It feels really, really vulnerable, being out here on a limb, obviously, hunting birds during the day, and I'd reckon it'd be taking on bats at night. It's a lot more scared of me than I am of it, even though they pack one heck of a wallop. Woo! Mouth open, ready to strike. And they sit in that position, wait until a bird or a bat comes past and then strike, hit, coil. Use the last part of its tail, like down here. You can see where it's coiled. Hang on to it. Constrict it. Whoa. Hey, you're all right. Constrict it, kill it, and then get by the head and swallow it down. It's okay, mate, it's okay. You keep your tree.
What value can you put on a place that's so undisturbed that the wildlife practically falls into your lap?
Struth, I've got the upper hand here. Canoe, silent travel, stealth mode. Crystal clear water, I can see. Underwater and above. And of course your sense of hearing is so acute. Out here on the stillness of the river, you can hear anything within a couple of 100 yards of the entire river. Peccaries. And I tell you what, you can smell them long before you see them. And it's a pretty bad odour, a bit like pigs. And listen to those jaws snapping. They're saying, come over here and I'm gonna bite you. Hey, smell that. Have a go at this. Smell like pigs, act like pigs, but they're not pigs. Peccaries are so similar it's not funny. Do you see that? Nose is in the air, smelt me coming, pew, back up into the bush. They've got a nasty reputation as an animal that will stand and fight, and perhaps even attack. No sign of that.
The river's full of rapids, fast-flowing shallows, and this inflatable canoe is perfect. Steve can slip through just a few inches of water without having to get out and carry the boat. You can just see how crystal clear it is, and you can judge the health of the entire river system by the state of the most sensitive life forms in the water, the amphibians.
Ooh, mate, I must have seen about 1,000 of these little environmental indicators. And if I've got any chance at all of catching them, I've got nice, clean, very wet hands. Talk about athletes. These guys can jump. Here we go. Hop, hop, hop. Look at that! Big wide mouth, and have a look at these little things here. There's his ears. So they can smell, see, and hear really well, all positioned, top of their head, just like a crocodile, very amphibian. Watch this, mate, they go like blazes. Ready, steady, go! Crikey, another reptile and it's hanging right over the river. And this is one of my all-time favourite lizards, a green iguana. I never thought I'd ever get the opportunity to see them in the wild, let alone as common as they are here. They're thick in the trees. Catching them is another thing. You're all right, you're all right.